Learning with the pros. Brought to you by your Toyota BC dealers.
Hello folks, I'm going to share with you some of the secrets that we've been using over the season on some of the bait enhancements and stuff like that. So here's some of the stuff you're going to need to get this done. A good bait cooler is probably one of the most important things. Keep your bait at a good temperature. We're going to use the chartreuse lime one for dyeing the bait, and then we're going to enhance with some UV liquid, and then again we're going to go with just the UV flash, and it kind of adds a bluing to it. So these are some of the things that we're going to need, and we'll get out of here for you. So basically all we're going to do, just quickly dump the bait in. Get them in there. We're going to use the ProCure brine and bite here. And this stuff is the complete super concentrated formula. So you can either dump this in straight on it, or you can add some water. What I like to do is probably dump in about 3/4 of this into our angle cooler here. Coating over top of that fish there. And there's about 3/4 of that bottle in there now. You can see it's got a good base for it right now. Just grab a little bit of water here just to dilute it just a touch, just to bring the levels up again. There, the fish are starting to float. And then what I'm going to add next is I'll add the UV liquid as well. Just gonna squirt that in there. You can see it's adding a little bit of color. So we'll close that down. Just grab the cooler, give it a quick slosh. So as you can see, it's got a slightly greenish blue tinge to it right now too. And what we'll do is we'll let these fish set up in here 4 hours minimum. So what we'll do now is we'll put these aside, and I'll show you guys now what we do with the chartreuse stuff here. And this is where we start getting lots of fun. There's tons of colors for this. Chartreuse just happens to be my favorite color. All right, so we're gonna move over now to the chartreuse lime. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this stuff. It's super concentrated, so I'm just gonna take the measuring spoon here, sprinkle it into my lovely wife's Pyrex pan here. Honey, if you're wondering where it is, we're dyeing bait in it right now, so I'll get it back to you after. And we'll just get some water in there, bring up the level, and then I'll just use my hands here just to mix this in quickly. Take our anchovies or herring here, happen to be. We'll just start layering them in, and they'll start taking on color like almost immediately. So I'm just gonna take the solution here and just mix it around a bit. Make sure all the bait's getting an even color covering on it here too. And I'll show you actually one right now, because they've only been in there for a matter of seconds, and they're already starting to take a coloring. You can see that, like that's setting up already. You can see I can pull a little bit off, but it's already starting to get into the fins and everything else. So you can imagine how that's going to soak right in and just really send off a bit of the difference out there for the fish. And then I'm going to take some of this the UV stuff here too, and I just coat over top of a little bit, some drops in here. Again, this is kind of like being the mad scientist. Just going to mix those around again, and away we go. And again, these things are going to come out bright green. They're going to stand out. They're going to have some UV flash to them now. Look at that one, just beautiful. So again, folks, here's a quick little tip for you. And for more tips like these, visit bcoutdoorsmagazine.com.